Alright, so what I did here was, the wife came and she says, oh, she says, is this going to be out okay outside? I says, well, it can be. Depends on what I do with it. I go, why? She goes, gee, if you put our address on it, she says, that'll be nice on the front of the house. Well, I said, before we go nuts, let's see how it comes out first. But meanwhile, what I had done was I sanded it down. I was going to go get some stripper and strip it, but I said, let me sand it down a little again. So I got the belt sander on it, and they vibrate, and I sanded it down. And then I says, now, the Stain Kill primer that I used, that was by, what's a primer, that I used by Rust-Oleum, that right there. I primed that before with this, on this, and what it did was it reacted to the stain that was on the board like a paint remover would. It got all, you know, crumbly looking. And I said, well, that's a primer. That's not supposed to do that. You know, it says that it's made for woods, metals, concrete, plastics, you know, all kinds of shit. So it should have worked. But it didn't. So I sanded it all down, and now I used an oil base Kills, which is a stain kill. So let me put that on there. Now the only thing with that is it's oil based, so I'm going to have to wait for it to dry, which would take another day. So, but that's where I'm at. Now that's just one coat, sucked up quick, dries. Actually, it's drying quicker than I expected. That's because it went into fresh wood. Now that's called a step. I don't know if you can see that or not. How do you get a step? Is that if you're painting and you start in the middle, you're going to get a step where you put that brush. So you always want to start on an end that isn't painted yet and brush into your paint. And then you won't get the step. You can lift the brush off anywhere you want, but you can't start the brush in the middle of wet paint, like here to here, because you'll get a step on it, and that's what that is. So you always want to start from the end and brush into it. That's why they tell you to keep your ends wet when you're painting a house and brush into them. Otherwise you'll get that one spot will kind of overlap a little bit, and it'll look a little different than the rest of the house because it's a little thicker there as well. So but if you keep the ends wet where you can brush into it and brush right across it, you know, and brush right into where you already did, you know, and every time you do that, you're bringing the paint over and you're getting a larger, even surface, if that makes sense to you. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry overnight. I'll come out tomorrow, I'll put another coat on it, and if it needs another one after that, I'll do another one, and then